Cameron Hayward isn't practicing in team portions of training camp with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it apparently has nothing to do with injury or keeping the 36-year-old defensive tackle fresh for the regular season. Hayward isn't practicing because he wants a reworked contract. According to an ESPN report that Triblev confirmed via a league source, Hayward is seeking a raise from the $14.75 million he is scheduled to earn this season. Of that amount, Hayward already has been paid $13.45 million as a roster bonus, leaving him with a $1.3 million base salary. ESPN also reported, and Triblev confirmed, that kicker Chris Boswell also wants a new contract, which explains why he hasn't kicked in special teams portions of practice. Hayward and Boswell each are signed through 2026. Per team policy, the Steelers do not renegotiate contracts that have multiple years remaining on them. Quarterback was the exception when Ben Roethlisberger was due for extensions. As a case in point, the Steelers made star outside linebacker TJ Watt wait until 1 year was left on his contract before they signed him to a new deal. Last decade, the Steelers gave wide receiver Antonio Brown an advance on future salaries before signing him to a contract extension in February 2017 when he was scheduled to enter the final year of his deal. Hayward declined an interview request after practice Thursday. He practiced in team portions early in training camp during the unpadded heat acclimation period, but he has not taken part in such drills for at least a week. Although he did not practice again Thursday, Hayward remained on the field afterward and worked with players on individual pass rush moves. "I don't think it's a distraction," third-year defensive lineman Keanu Benton said after practice. "He still puts his 2 cents in when it comes to teaching us techniques and stuff like that. I don't think it changes for us." Boswell was not spotted on the field during practice. Hayward's annual average value over the next 2 seasons ranks number 22 among interior defensive linemen, per salary tracking website overtrecap.com. The Steelers gave Hayward a new contract in the 2024 offseason when he was coming off a season in which injuries limited him to 11 games, and he totaled just 2 sacks. That amounted to his fewest number of sacks since he became a starter in 2013. The deal Hayward signed last year was for 3 years and $45 million, which included $29 million in new money over the 2025-26 seasons. He is scheduled to receive a $12.95 million roster bonus in March and a $1.3 million salary in 2026. Hayward rewarded the Steelers last season by rebounding and enjoying one of his best seasons. He was named a first-team All-Pro selection for the 4th time in his career, and he was selected to the Pro Bowl for the 7th time after collecting 8 sacks while having a career-high 11 pass deflections. Hayward also had 12 tackles for loss and 20 quarterback hits. Hayward, who is entering his 15th season, has been named a team captain 10 times in his career. "I don't think the communication has changed," Benton said. "He's come out here and worked his tail off, just in different ways. He's still out here being a leader, so I respect him for that." Rookie undrafted free agent Ben Sauls of Pitt has handled the kicking duties during recent special teams periods. Boswell has kicked in warm-ups, but not in team sessions for the past week. Boswell signed a 4-year, $20 million contract in 2022, and he is due to make $3.12 million this year, with a $4.72 million salary cap hit. In 2026, his salary increases to $3.22 million and his cap number is $4.82 million. Boswell, 34, made the Pro Bowl for the 2nd time in his career and became a first-team All-Pro pick for the first time in 2024 when he converted a league-high 41 field goals in 44 attempts. He made 13 of 15 attempts from 50 yards or beyond, and he set numerous franchise single-season kicking records. His salary this year ranks number 11 among kickers, per overtrecap.com. Hayward and Boswell were 2 of the veteran players whom coach Mike Tomlin said would not play Saturday night when the Steelers opened the preseason at Jacksonville. Tomlin already addressed the media for the final time before the preseason opener when the ESPN report was published. One of the more glaring concerns for the Pittsburgh Steelers is the state of the offensive line. While a lot of attention was given to the offensive skill position groups and the defensive needs, the offensive line went largely unchanged through the offseason. There were some changes, but they were more positional. Broderick Jones is sliding back to the left side and struggling. Troy Fautanu is back on the right side after missing his rookie season. Otherwise, the interior trio of Isaac Simolo, Zach Frazier, and Mason McCormick is intact. While there's some carryover from last season, there are still only 4 real years of playing experience on the offensive line outside of Simolo. The depth behind those already inexperienced players doesn't inspire much confidence either. Calvin and Spencer Anderson and Ryan McCullum are the more familiar names, but none have shown that they could be relied upon in a long-term spot. Thankfully, the issues on the line have been addressed slightly. Reinforcements arrived just in time for Steelers' shaky offensive line. According to multiple reports on Thursday, the Steelers signed offensive lineman Andrus Peat, a former first-round pick with the New Orleans Saints. Peat, who turns 32 in November, played in Las Vegas last season but started just 1 game. He spent the previous 9 seasons as the Saints' left guard. Don't let the left guard position throw you off too much if you're unfamiliar with Peat. The 6'7" lineman was drafted out of Stanford, where he played offensive tackle. While he was a 3-time Pro Bowler as a guard, he does have positional flexibility, especially as a reserve. The signing of Peat doesn't completely wash away the concerns on the Steelers' offensive front, but it does alleviate them considerably. Assuming Peat's own health holds up, he's never played a full season, but he's been active for an average of 13 games per year. Then the Steelers should have someone they can count on to fill any position on the line except for center, which McCullum has locked down as the backup anyway. Peat likely won't play in the Steelers' preseason opener since it takes place just 2 days after he signed. It's more likely fans can see him on the field for the second preseason game after getting some more reps in through next week. There, he can put Steelers fans' minds at ease just a bit with a solid showing. The offseason is a great opportunity for every NFL team to reload, reassess, and assemble the best possible roster to compete in the upcoming year. Everyone has a chance to win it all when Week 1 kicks off, but those dreams quickly die off for the weaker teams. For now, players and fans alike are optimistic about their team's outlook heading into the 2025 campaign, making it an exciting time of year. One team that has received a lot of buzz is the Pittsburgh Steelers, as they've had an infusion of talent and are poised to make a splash in the AFC North after years of hovering around .500. Safety Juan Thornhill likes what he sees from his new team and recently made a bold prediction. "I think we have a chance to be the best defense of all time." Seriously, Thornhill said, via Chris Adamski of the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review. Ask Juan Thornhill on the Steelers. "I think we have a chance to be the best defense of all time." Seriously. Though that might seem like a stretch, anything is possible. The Steelers have a rich tradition of high-caliber defense, so they're used to being among the top units in the league. It remains to be seen if they have the firepower to sustain that claim, but fans are interested to see what the immediate future holds for the franchise, especially after Thornhill's comments. He played for the Kansas City Chiefs earlier in his career, so he knows what winning looks like, and with any luck, Thornhill will help bring that energy and intensity to a team that's recently been a bit stale.